I'm John Wildman, the editor-in-chief of FilmsGoneWild.com, and we are watching Films Gone Wild right now. With a segment for the Oxford Film Festival, we are going to be talking about the film Hundreds of Beavers. We have with us Ryland Brickson, Tews. He's a producer, co-writer, cast member. James Stoeffel, executive producer, mascot performer. That's the first time I've ever on my list for a red carpet had to write mascot performer.
It's like method acting, but a little harder. Yeah.
All right. We always start these segments off by having our filmmaker introduce the audience to the film. They have not seen it as yet. Ryland?
Yes, well, our film, of course, is called Hundreds of Beavers. And, I'm, how you say, sort of the fallen star of the picture. And James over here, he was a producer and, as you said, mascot performer. So he actually, is more important than I am, I'd say. This is Money Man right here.
Okay, all right. So, but there's more to the film than just Hundreds of Beavers. So what happens in this film, Ryland?
What happens in this film?
What doesn't happen in this
What
film?
doesn't happen? Let me tell you something. This movie, it's about this guy who basically has to go from zero to hero to become the land's greatest fur trapper. So he has to fight against wildlife to do just that, become the greatest fur trapper.
Man versus nature.
Man versus nature. Yeah, it's really less of a narrative and more of a documentary of what actually happened out there.
Okay, and there's a particular style that this film has. And James, why don't you take the microphone and tell us about the style of this film?
It reflects that these guys made this movie with their lunch money and my lunch money. So I think they started from the idea of, well, what can we get done with $30? And they maximized it and chose a really special medium and a way to deliver it. So everything that you see is an effect of, the necessity being the mother of creation. All of this stuff is just them starting with, well, we have $12. How can we be as creative and entertaining as possible?
You actually led into a question that rarely do I prepare a question, but, when you have an executive producer credit, that means you're the money man. And I thought this may be the first time that someone got an executive producer credit for like $25?
$25, $26. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. No, but truly, this was them rolling up their sleeves, asking their good friends for some money to make it happen. So I think that shows you can't go it alone, because this was like a community effort. This is our high school friends. These are our people from our community. And I think there was a strong incentive to not let down people who, believe in you and know where you live. So
we're talking money put in for a green screen.
What's a green screen?
Flash animation and maybe sewing.
What is a green screen?
We're gonna address that in a little bit, and then sewing up some fur.
Dude, I'm not the talent. I don't know.
Green screen?
Maybe. Yeah, you might have been able to shoot some of your film against my shirt.
That would have helped.
That might help. Let's talk about the actual process of making it. Because we see, what we see on screen. Pretty much making it. One of you was running around or diving, in front of this green screen, and you're adding animation on top of that. Talk about what happened.
Don't use a green screen. We're actually in the north woods of Wisconsin.
Okay.
Well,
have you seen the movie?
I have seen the movie.
I can say, in terms of what the money went into, I think, that kung fu special effects is like where 90% of the budget went, and the rest is just all of our friends carrying heavy stuff in the north woods just for friendship.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Carrying that heavy stuff, wearing dog costumes,
not
wearing
insulated high school
beaver
mascot
costumes.
We have garbage bags on our feet. It's negative 20 degrees, so it's definitely a labor of love. And the money didn't go to keeping the crew warm, for sure.
And sporting events in the area, were they kind of like fucked up for like their halftime stuff because all their mascot
We've devastated the local community in more ways than I can count.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also, we devastated the market in China for mascot costumes, because they're the ones, we bought them from China. We said, hey China, we need some of your mascot costumes to use in this movie. You guys got any IP issues, with us doing that?
And they're like, look, dude, do you want the costumes or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I said, but we're gonna make this movie and sell it and stuff, and they're just kind of like, yes, and So we're like, all right, great, no IP issues. So we kind of raided their mascot closet, so to speak, and
Yeah, that supply chain remained intact. The mascot
Yeah.
supply chain, for anyone who's worried,
Right,
was
yeah.
unimpeded by COVID and its effects. Yeah.
So and now all those costumes are utterly destroyed and gone forever.
Now, in addition to your film festival tour, are you guys also making special appearances at furries conventions?
Yes.
That's pro bono, baby.
I mean, those are our number one fans. That's really what this movie's for, all the furries out there. James is a big furry. So when we told him about...
Again, I've seen the film. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so when we told James about the project, I mean, he was, on board. He's a real weird guy, kind of fucked up.
Gung ho. Let's just say that. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm friends with them. I don't, he's not dressed up today, but usually he's in something. So yeah, I mean, those people are the salt of the earth, furries.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always said that, and I don't know. I just think they're a little misunderstood.
We'll take any fan base we can get. Furries are welcome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go to this question, which is because the style of the film lends itself toward it's kind of a throwback. What inspires that type of film? Because we were thinking Guy Madden, we were thinking of other things, but I really wanted to hear you guys say out loud. This is the kind of thing we were trying to aping for.
Yeah, I mean, Guy Madden obviously is also the salt of the earth. I mean, he's no furry, but he's also a great guy. We had some inspiration, like Looney Tunes and old, Popeye cartoons, and we just wanted to and I think video games too in general. I think like Zelda was a big part of this too, like because the whole movie kind of plays like a video game, like an RPG almost, But that with also the physical humor and the no dialogue of like a silent like cartoon, like old Donald Duck cartoons too, just showing versus telling kind of thing.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half of Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
So it feels like Peter and the Wolf, kind of with that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just kind of like, what else? We got to try to do something that no one else is going to possibly try to do. Let's just try to go as crazy as possible and do something that no one else in the filmmaking world would dare attempt because it's too hard. But we're hard men, always.
All right.
Hard right now.
And hopefully our framing is above that. Hundreds of Beavers is the film. We've been talking with Ryland Brickson, Tews. He's a producer, co-writer. He's in the film. James Stoeffel, executive producer. You won't recognize him because he's underneath some fur, but he's also in the film as well. Thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yeah.